This message is not for tomorrow. It is not for when you feel ready or when it feels convenient. This is not a casual scroll. This is sacred. This is sovereign. This is now. Today, April 30th, marks a divine turning point. In the unseen realms where angels tread and secrets echo across eternity, something has shifted. A veil has been torn. The trumpet has sounded, and your name, it echoed in heaven's courts. You did not find this message by chance. You were led here by the orchestration of the Most High, drawn by invisible strings of destiny. A whisper has chased you through your days. Signs have surrounded your nights, and yet you brushed them off as coincidence. But there is no coincidence under heaven's watch. There is only divine alignment. Hear this: there has been a movement in the spirit, a silent meeting behind closed doors of the heart, a decision made in the dark. And your name was spoken not in love but in strategy. God says, I have tried to reach you through dreams, through instincts, through sudden unease, but you have silenced my voice with hope, with denial, with misplaced loyalty. The time of silence has ended. Now I speak plainly. Now I intervene. There is something happening behind your back. A betrayal clothed in charm. A smile worn like a mask. A lie rehearsed behind trembling lips. Someone you love has been hiding a truth so bitter, it has caused heaven's angels to weep, especially one. Archangel Michael himself has descended, not to destroy but to protect, not with wrath but with divine sorrow. He has stood beside your bed watching you cry in confusion. He has whispered your name while you slept in spiritual warfare, and now his tears have turned into holy fire. This is not just a warning, it is a divine unveiling. God continues. The person you've loved, longed for, and defended in silence has woven deception with precision. They've mistaken your kindness for blindness, your patience for permission. But I, the Lord your God, will not allow this lie to grow any deeper roots. Last night, something was said. A conversation was had, and your name was mentioned, not as a soul to be cherished, but as a variable to be managed. Let's not tell them yet, they said. They'll react emotionally. It's not the right time. But what they didn't know, what no one knows, is that I, the God who sees in secret, was present. I heard every syllable, I saw every facial twitch. And now I act. You, my child, are not disposable. You are not invisible. You are not naive. You have carried the weight of their silence while they bathed in the comfort of your loyalty. But I have watched long enough. Your soul already knows. That tightness in your chest, that sudden wave of anxiety, that subtle shift in their energy, that was your spirit ringing the alarm. You were not paranoid. You were being warned. And now I confirm it. God says, tonight, there will be another secret conversation. But this time, I will let your spirit overhear it. Your ears will ring. Your heart will pulse, and you will know. Do not fall apart, Rise. Because I am not exposing you to this to break you. I am exposing it to build you. You are not called to be someone's secret. You are not created to be deceived. You are my chosen, my royal one, and your soul is too sacred to be gambled with by someone who doesn't know what holiness looks like in human form. In the next 24 hours, a truth will burst forth, whether through a text, a slip of the tongue, a nervous glance, or a misplaced call. They will not be able to hide it any longer. Their soul will become restless. Heaven's hand will weigh down their conscience. They will either confess or collapse. Archangel Michael is now standing at your right hand. His sword is drawn, not in wrath toward them, but in fierce protection of you. He weeps no longer. He now declares, "It is time." God continues, "You have loved purely, but they have loved conditionally. You gave your all. They gave you half-truths. You dreamed of a future. They entertained an alternative. And yet you stayed, you prayed, you waited. But now I speak louder than ever. You must leave the illusion to receive the promise. The truth will sting, but then it will heal. And from the wound, I will grow a new wisdom in you. You will never again be fooled. Never again be broken by the same spirit. Never again be caught in love's counterfeit. Let this pain purify, not poison. Let this revelation liberate, not embitter. Because while this door is closing, another is already opening. Someone else is coming. Someone sent by me. Someone who doesn't flinch at truth. Someone who doesn't worship your potential, but loves your actual soul. You will not chase this person. You will not guess their intentions. I will send them. Not too early, not too late, but perfectly on time. But first, my child, you must let go of the lie. Not with hate, but with holy strength. Not with revenge, but with redemptive peace. This is your final warning and your first step into true freedom. Tonight is not ordinary. It is marked in eternity. April 30th, the night of divine exposure. The night your spirit opened its eyes. The night Archangel Michael stopped weeping because you finally listened. You are not alone. You're not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten. You were supposed to see this because heaven needed you to know that while others whispered lies, God has spoken truth. While they strategized in shadows, heaven stood in your light. Do not delay. Do not deny. And above all, do not doubt. God has spoken. You who are reading this, listen not with your ears alone, but with your spirit. This is not a message for another day. It is not a word for when you're finally ready, or when the timing feels right, or when the noise in your life quiets down. This is for now. This very moment, heaven has waited long enough for you to open your heart fully. And now that you have, nothing will ever be the same. Today is April 30th, but in the spiritual realm, this is more than a date. It is a divine threshold. Something invisible but mighty has shifted. Something in the unseen has turned. This is not coincidence. You were led here. You were drawn here by the hand of God because this message carries the weight of destiny. Something happened behind your back. Something real, something whispered, something meant to stay hidden. But God in His holy justice has decided to expose it. Not to shame you, but to free you. The veil is being torn. The curtain is being pulled back. The light is shining into every corner that was once cloaked in secrecy. God says, I have been trying to get this truth to you, my child. But you kept dismissing the signs, brushing off the unease, convincing yourself it was nothing. But it was always something your spirit knew, even when your mind tried to deny it. That restlessness in your chest, that sudden anxiety, the dreams that felt like warnings, the confusion that wouldn't let go. All of it was me whispering. But now I'm not whispering anymore. Now I speak clearly. The time has come. The one you loved, the one you prayed for, the one you defended even in your silence. They have been carrying a truth they never intended to reveal. Last night, something irreversible happened. A choice was made, a conversation was had, and your name was not spoken in love, but in strategy. They made a move that excluded you, and while you were sleeping or hoping or trusting, they were elsewhere, emotionally or physically, with someone else. They shared something sacred with someone who has no right to it. They smiled while you worried. They lied while you prayed. God says, you think it's love, but it's control. They fear losing your support more than they fear losing you. They want your loyalty, but don't give it in return. They feed off your light, but never give you peace. They are not who they pretend to be, and though you saw glimpses of the truth, you kept closing your eyes to keep your heart safe. But the truth can no longer wait. Archangel Michael has stood by your bed while you wept. He has whispered your name as you cried yourself to sleep. He has seen the toll this is taking on you. And I sent him not just to weep, but to protect. He is not grieving because you're weak. He's grieving because you haven't yet realized how strong you are. But that changes now. You are about to hear something. It will come suddenly. A word slipped, a message. Seen a voice that trembles with guilt. Your body will react before your mind can process it. Your spirit will recognize what's being confirmed. Do not be afraid of the truth. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to build you again. You were never meant to be the one left in the dark. You were never meant to be the last to know. That was the enemy's design, not God's plan. But heaven has interrupted the lie. God says, I watched you love them with everything. I watched you forgive them again and again, but they have mistaken your kindness for blindness. They assumed you would never walk away. They assumed your grace was eternal. But now I must intervene because your future is too important to be tied to someone who cannot carry your calling. Last night was not just a betrayal. It was a test, and they failed. They failed to protect your name. They failed to choose you in private the way you chose them in public. But their failure does not define your worth. Their betrayal does not subtract from your beauty. Their silence does not erase your spirit. You were chosen before they ever knew your name, and you will be chosen again after they are long gone. Tonight, there will be another secret conversation, but this time, your spirit will be allowed to overhear. This time, you will know. This time, there will be no more guessing. What they try to keep hidden will rise to the surface, not because they confess, but because heaven demands it. The truth will be loud. It will crash through your peace like a storm. But it will also cleanse everything fake and you. My child will finally breathe without holding in pain. Do not break down in sorrow. Rise in strength. Do not harden in bitterness. Stand in wisdom. I have something more for you. Someone more for you. While one door shuts painfully, another opens with divine purpose. There is a person who will love you with clarity. Not confusion, with consistency, not games, with reverence, not calculation. They won't just admire your light, they will protect it. They won't just take from your soul, they will sow into it. But first, you must let go. Let go with dignity, let go with closure. Let go without needing the apology they may never give. You don't need them to explain what heaven already revealed. You don't need them to confirm what your spirit already discerned. Walk away not with vengeance in your heart, but with vision in your eyes. Walk away because staying would cost you everything. Sacred. Walk away because the next chapter cannot begin until this one ends. You have cried enough. You have waited enough. You have hoped enough. Now it's time to heal. The heavens have spoken, and all of creation holds its breath for what comes next. In your story, the pain you feel now is not punishment, it is birth. The breaking is giving way to breakthrough. The betrayal is giving way to blessing. The confusion is giving way to clarity. And the delay is giving way to destiny. This was never meant to be just a message. It is a holy moment, a divine intervention, a sacred shift. April 30th will forever be marked as the day heaven stepped in and said, "No more. No more secrets hiding in smiles. No more lies cloaked in love. No more silence passed off as peace. You have been chosen for more. You have been anointed for greater, and the chains that held you yesterday have no authority over who you're becoming today. You don't need to chase truth. It is chasing you. Now, you don't need to beg for love. Love is being sent from above. All you must do is receive rest, release, rise. And now, as this message reaches its final breath, hear this. Clearly, you are not alone. You never were. The silence you endured was witnessed by heaven. The tears you buried were stored in sacred places, and the love you gave was never wasted. It was seen, it was honored, and it will be returned tenfold. You are not forgotten. You're not invisible. You're not too late. You're right on time. And if your heart is pounding now, it's because heaven is leaning in. This is your moment. This is your escape. This is your rising. Now breathe. Walk away from the lie. Step into the light. Watch what heaven does next. You were meant to see this, not by chance, but by divine design. If this word touched you, hold it close. Don't rush past it. Let it work in your spirit. And when you're ready, come back to it as many times as you need. With love. Deep spiritual eternal love. I say to you, you are seen, you are chosen, you are held. If this word resonated in your soul, please subscribe, not just to stay connected, but to keep walking in alignment with divine truth. Share this message with someone who needs it, and know this: you are not alone anymore. You are covered, you are protected, you are rising, and this is just the beginning.